Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm doing a fun video today. I'm doing a bit of a different video, not a music reaction today, because last night when I was supposed to be going to sleep, a thought popped into my head, which was I remember when I was posting consistently in the past, because I took a couple breaks before returning this time around. I remembered there was a comment, I can't remember your name, but you had a big impact on me on how I'm posting a bunch of content, but like you guys don't really know me. You ultimately are the inspiration for today's video. Today I'm doing a get to know me. Yeah, because that's definitely important and I kept forgetting to do this video and I need to do it. So let's get right into it. I wrote down some questions that I pulled off of YouTube and I actually pulled a list that was like the ones that you usually are asked on YouTube or they ask on YouTube, and then thought of my own and like pieced them all together. I think I have around 20. I think maybe more, maybe less, but I don't want this video to be too long because the first thing that I'm gonna let you know about me is I am a rambler. I am a rambler. I cannot stop myself. I just go on something and then it's a tangent to this thing and then to that, and I go back and forth endlessly. So I try and control myself, but I am the biggest rambler on probably earth. Also, I'm so sorry, this really bugs me. I'll try to get this out the frame. It's not going to happen because today I wanted to be in front of the window so that I could have natural light instead of it being dark. So I'll just introduce myself. My name is Presley and my surname is J. I'm 22 years old. My birthday's in February. I'm an Aquarius. I think it's very apparent. I'm originally from South Africa, but my family and I moved out of the country when I was 2. And I've lived here where I am now in Mauritius for 19 years. Oh, nearly 20, but 19 years. And currently I'm in my Taylor Swift year. I'm in my 22 year. I've been waiting for this year all my life, guys. 22. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. I know why she wrote that song, because when I turned 22, something shifted. Anyway, now we'll get into the more like fun, sort of proper questions. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? I am probably somewhere in the middle, probably a bit of both. I would say I like to be social, so in that way I'm an extrovert, but I definitely need to recharge and I have a social battery for sure. Some days I'm a mega introvert and then other days I will want to be an extrovert. So it really switches between the two. It just depends on how I wake up in the morning. If you could pick a fictional world to live in, which world would you pick? I wanted to put this question in because I think that's so fun. I think, and honestly, this is gonna sound so like disturbing. Maybe this will tell you something about me. I would want to pick one of the scary ones to live in. I don't want one of the lights, like fun ones. When I first wrote this question down, I started thinking of like The Walking Dead, those kind of why? I can't tell you, but maybe Stranger Things. Thinking like Stranger Things, The 100, Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, that realm of things. If I had to pick one to live in, I'm gonna say Stranger Things. Probably so basic, but I just think even though it was horrifying what they went through and they were going through so much tragic stuff and going from place to place and not being able to be kids, they lived a life. They lived a life. They left the house, did whatever they want, rode wherever they wanted to, throwing fireworks at bad guys and living it up. Yes, at times it was tragic, but they kind of lived it up. Biggest pet peeve. There's too many. There's actually too many to go through. It's probably a bit jarring to actually talk about how many pet peeves I have because there's so many. People. That is my pet peeve. No, I'm joking. I'm gonna say braggers. Like anyone who brags, I can't stand you. If you go up to someone and are like, oh my god, I just got this, or like you want to one up somebody, oh my god, that's my worst. If I come up to you and like tell you something something I've just accomplished, and you say, oh that's cool, but I did this, and it's like blah blah blah. No, but I can't stand that. That's my biggest, that I cannot even tolerate you. Like, get out of my face. Describe yourself in 3 words. Loyal, funny, I'm hilarious. I'm very humble too. Random, sometimes I just do the randomest things. I'll just get up and move in the weirdest way and I can't even explain. I don't know what's happening half the time with myself. So probably, yeah. For sure. Morning person or a night owl? Definitely not a morning person. If you were to have asked me this question when I was 17 or 18, I was such a morning person. I was up at the crack of dawn and doing everything before anyone even opened their eyes. But now it's definitely more of a night owl because I really like to get my TV time in at night. Even if I've had the busiest day and I'm absolutely exhausted, I will keep myself up at night to watch my show. So definitely a night owl. Biggest turn off. Also, probably lots of things. There's like the rude to service workers kind of thing, or wearing Crocs. I think if you don't want to move, if you are really like, I want to just be on the couch and I want to stay here all day, I will actually be crazy, because I get it for a period of time during your day, even if it's like going to be half, but for the other half, there's going to be a point where I'm going to have to move. I have to move. I will go crazy just sitting still. So if someone that's too lazy and has no drive or ambition, that would run me in the other direction for sure. What are your red flags? My red flags, I definitely have, obviously, like, hello. Honestly, I think my red flag is sulking. I think my red flag is sulking. If I heard something that I really didn't want to hear, or I'm told something that I really didn't want to be told, sometimes I have the tendency to sulk and make it go the other way. So that's me being very candid with you, but yeah, I would have to say that. Who is your role model in your life? My mom. Obviously, it's my mom. My mom's my favorite person on earth. She's the best, and she's made me everything I am today. Now I'm gonna get into some more like pop culture-y questions, because I really love pop culture and TV and film and all things like Hollywood. So I wrote a couple questions like surrounding that, or like more like hobbyish things. So first we'll start with favorite hobby. I'm a very indecisive individual sometimes. I have a lot of hobbies and I actually struggle to pick between like what I want to do in my time. Sorry about the siren. I love to read, I love to annotate, I love to write reviews, I love writing. I used to love gaming, but not so much anymore, like at all. I love reviewing things, like I'm gonna count that as a hobby. Like I love reviewing music and film and just writing pieces about those things. Like I really love doing that. If watching TV was a hobby, I'm counting it as one. Watching TV and film, but like not just like watching it, kind of like delving deeper into it and really getting into your feels and digesting the story and debriefing and like making it a whole thing. I really love movies and TV. I love walking, like I love a good hot girl walk. It's my favorite activity, just walking and headphones in. I love listening to music. That's not really a hobby either, but I love listening to music. I love rating music. Those are definitely what I like to do the most. What kind of music do you listen to? I love my pop girlies. I freaking love my pop girlies, and no one can change me. I'm not ashamed. Love them so much. So I'm always listening to the pop girls. I listen to some guys. Like I love Harry Styles and I love Benson Boone and I love Samba, and I'm pretty sure those are the only three guys that I listen to. But women, my pop girls are everything to me. I love Madison Beer, I love Sabrina Carpenter, I love Taylor Swift, obsessed with Taylor Swift. Love Billie Eilish, love so many, Charlie XCX. I mean, there's so many pop girls. Dua Lipa, I love Dua Lipa so much, I can't believe I forgot. Love Dua Lipa. So like Dua Lipa, Sabrina and Taylor are like right up there. Olivia Rodrigo, Gracie Abrams, are you kidding me? My pop girls are everything to me, everything. Tate McRae, they're all killing it. So it's like, I would be doing them a disservice not to listen to their art. Pop music mainly. But I like to dabble, and that's also why I decided to do the music reaction videos, because I think it's cool to see people's initial reactions to things. And it's also cooler to add to the reaction if it's literally the first time I'm not only dabbling into this artist, but dabbling into a genre and experiencing that too. Yeah, that's why I thought the reactions are cool to do. Favorite TV show? This one is so tough. For the longest time, no, honestly, it like low-key is. Someone made me feel shamed about it the other day. But like my favorite show is probably La Casa de Papel, Money Heist. I probably got that pronunciation so wrong, forgive me. But Money Heist, I loved that show. I just remember it was during COVID. My family, everyone in the house was watching Money Heist. I was like, oh my god, no, I can't watch a dub show. I'm not gonna watch that crap. Like, I can't handle it. And I finally watched it, and every single episode I had chills. It was such an experience for me, especially in that time. I needed something to really like get away from Earth. And that show, that made me feel the feels. So I would say La Casa de Papel, up there. I'm talking like top 5, Stranger Things, The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. I love those kind of like fantasy, adventure sort of shows. Maybe sometimes kind of sci-fi. I really love those kinds of shows. The 100, I loved The 100 so much. I'm probably forgetting a huge one, but those are the ones I'm thinking of now. While we're on this, I'll just do favorite movie as well. Suicide Squad, low-key. Love Suicide Squad. Just like from how young I was when I first watched it, I just was obsessed. It's probably the movie I've rewatched the most. Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is everything. Finding Nemo is everything. So Finding Nemo, Suicide Squad, but nowadays, like now having more of an opinion and can digest things a lot more, I would say it's really hard. Like lots of the new award films, I thought a lot of them were not good. And then a lot of them were really good. Like I loved Begonia. Like that is just my kind of weird. But I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite films ever. You know what? For today, I'm gonna say, the other day on Netflix, I watched a movie called Nanas. It really touched my soul. It's a very wholesome and cute, light, kind of funny, but also emotional movie. And I really, really enjoyed it. It made me feel like just in tune with myself. I loved it. So I would say Nanas today. Celebrity crush. Well, if you haven't been able to figure it out by this video so far, or maybe by my past videos if you watched, I am gay, so they're not going to be women, but Pedro Pascal. I'm not going to explain. Pedro Pascal and Drew Starkey and Charles Leclerc, those are my top 3. I'm not explaining, that's leave it there. Favorite book. The 2 that I'm thinking of right now, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and The Song of Achilles. Those 2 books, I was in a really dark place in my life when I started reading, and it saved me in a lot of ways from what I was going through. It became a hobby of mine. And the first book that I actually read where I didn't feel like I was reading while I was reading it. It didn't feel like a chore. It was easy. Time flew. I was at the end of this book before I knew it, and that was The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I was just so entertained. I thought the writing was brilliant. The writing really spoke to me. Taylor Jenkins Reid is my favorite author by far. The way she writes is just so natural and eloquent, but also precise and concise in the perfect way. I just love her. And The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo was a beautiful story, in my opinion. The Song of Achilles is beautiful in its own way. It's just a bit more complicated, so I did have to work a bit harder with that book. But yeah, 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Those are all the main questions that I have written. I'm sure there's a lot more. Like there were a couple questions that I was avoiding online. Like they were like, I didn't want to get all dark and sad or whatever. They had like the bullying questions and phobias, if you want to know phobias, snakes. But like all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to keep it sort of lighthearted and fun, and hopefully through those questions I let you know on a few other things. I let you in on a few other things as well. If you have any more questions, please do leave them down below. You can feel free to ask whatever you like, and I will answer it if I want to. For the most part, I am an open book, so you can ask me any question as long as it's appropriate. Just to close off, I have a couple this or that questions because I wanted to include them too, just for fun. Like winter or summer. I'd probably say summer, but I have to have condition. There has to be an aircon available. I need to be able to go out and get my nice tan and do this and that, so I've got my beautiful, nice olive skin, and then I go back, get to shower, and then hop into an AC. If I'm too uncomfortably, I get really uncomfortably hot and I get really uncomfortably cold. That's why it's difficult for me to pick. Like I need it in between. I need a balance. So summer with an AC, because if I'm too cold, I'll be miserable and I can't come back from it. Like being by fire won't do enough. I get really cold. Summer with an AC. Cats or dogs? Cats all the way. Cats are everything. I love cats so much. I relate to cats on a personal level. Coffee or tea? Coffee. Another thing to tell you about me, I am a coffee addict. Not to the point where I'm having like 4 or 5 coffees a day. I do only have 2. But if you ask me, that's my love language. If you ask me to go and get a coffee with you, or like, should we go out for coffee? You're actually gonna make my whole life worth it in that moment, and that's not dramatic. It's not. It's the truth. Dressed down or dressed up? Dressed up. I like to look my best and feel my best. I like the feeling of being dressed up. I even like the feeling of getting dressed up in that process with the music and everything. Being dressed down, I just feel like, I don't know. So dressed up. And the last question to close out this video is city or village life? I have to say city. I like the chaos, but I like organized chaos. But even like the chaos of a city, I like it in my head. I like movement. I like to talk to people occasionally. I just like to have things going on. If everything is too stagnant, I get bored. So it would have to be a city. In a village, I would probably lose my mind. I couldn't do it. I actually couldn't. Like countryside, I couldn't do it. As beautiful as it is, and how much I love that for people, and how cute I find it, I could never do that. I couldn't. I have to be able to like come down from my apartment, get a coffee, and just walk miles and miles and miles. Listen to music and take pictures. Get bumped into by a couple people and cuss them out, but like, yes, city all the way. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Those are the questions I wrote down for today. There is so many more questions I wanted to write down, but this video would have been like much longer, especially I told you I'm a rambler. I just don't know when to stop. Maybe I missed some very important questions where like you wanted to know, but for today that is going to be it. And I hope that you're a bit more informed of the kind of person that I am, and it makes you feel more connected with me when you watch my future content. If you watch my future content, that I would feel very lucky if you did. But thank you for spending some time with me today. I hope that you enjoyed the questions. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like the video, please do leave a like on the video. And if you want to come back, please subscribe and put notifications on if you want. And comment down below if there's any questions that are important that I missed and you would still like to know. But thank you so much for being with me today. And I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye.